Your 60s are unlike any other decade in your life. It's not because you're getting old, but because it's the final third of your life. It's a point or a decade of your life where everything comes together. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why this is the perfect time for you to do the things that, or the thing that you've always wanted to do, and why whatever you decide to do is going to be successful. Every time it snows, at least 5 things have to happen. And if one of those things is missing, then you don't get snow. And it's like that in your 60s. It's the decade where everything that you want to do, everything lines up perfectly to enable you to do the thing that you want to do. At this point in your life, you've probably been married. You probably had children. You might even have grandchildren. You've maybe been married more than once, maybe been divorced. You might have been filed bankruptcy. You've purchased a home. Um, you've had a career, or maybe multiple careers. You may have had multiple jobs. You've pretty much experienced everything in your life. You even medically, you may have had um, you know, some health issues or some things that were life threatening. You might have been in a car accident or been injured and recovered from that. But at this point in your life, there's not much that you haven't experienced. And you have so much wisdom now. You have so much knowledge now. You have experience in so many areas, in virtually every aspect of life, that you're a walking guru. And that wisdom and that experience you have is extremely valuable. Now, you might not think it is, because you've lived these things, and you might just be thinking, okay, well, this is just my life. These are just some things that I've accomplished. These are just some things that I've done. But you've gone through those things, and you think about all the people that are coming behind you, or even the people that might be in your same age group but have not had those experiences, or they may not, they're going through those things and they don't know how to navigate those things. So like I said, you have this wealth of knowledge and experience that you can share with others, that are empowering, and allow you and enable you to do pretty much anything you set your mind to. This next piece about your 60s being the most important decade is regarding your health. Now, your health is still at a place where it's good, but you know within the next 10, 15, 20 years it's going to start to decline typically. And you may not be as healthy as you were in your 20s or your 30s, but you still have, in most cases, you still have a lot of mobility. You can still get around. You're still active. You still have a lot of energy, and you can still do things to increase your life now, because now you know your body. You know what you can do to benefit your body, and you also know the things that are harmful to you. So you can make those decisions and those choices to improve your health, or you can kind of do those things that aren't in your best interest. But at this age, at this point, you like I said, you're in a good place, because you still have a good 10, 12 years where whatever it is you want to do, you still, typically the average person still has the physical ability to do it. The other cool thing about being in your 60s is, if you have children, they're typically now at an age where they're either completely independent, or they're primarily independent. They're either, adults now, or they're transitioning from college into adulthood. So you're at a place now where you don't really have any obligations on you as before. You don't really have a family depending on you. It just might be you, or it might be you and your significant other. But like I say, your kids might be gone. In my case, my kids are gone. But it's a really good time, because now you can really focus in on what it is that you want to do, without having to think, what my son might think about it, or what my daughter might think about it, or what the kids might think about it. It's just you now. There are literally either no obligations anymore or very few obligations now, limiting you or preventing you from doing the things that you might have always wanted to do your entire life. And it's a sense of freedom now. Is empowering right now. You should really be excited about this part of your life, um, because once again, it's like no other time in your life. When you're in your 20s, you might have had goals and aspirations, but you didn't have the wisdom and experience or the know-how to do anything. But now you know what you want to do. And even in your 20s, you weren't sure, you might have had some ideas, but you weren't really sure. At this point in your life, you pretty much know what it is you want to do and you know what you don't want to do. And you have the experience and the knowledge and the resources to get it done. And this next piece is, in my opinion, the most important reason why your 60s is such a critical decade in your life. We talked about why this is such a wonderful time in your life. You're at a time when you have the knowledge and experience to do things, and you don't have the obligations that you had in the past, and you still have your health. You're still able to do primarily the things that you want to do. But this is also a very scary time, and it's scary because you're going into a place in your life for the first time where probably in more than 40 years, you're getting to a place where you're not going to be able to take care of yourself income wise. And I want to let me elaborate on that. So if you grew up around our generation, around our time, you probably started some kind of job when you were 12, 13. You might have had a paper route. You might have been cutting grass for somebody or delivering newspapers. Yeah, I know. Think about it. The newspapers. Um, you were doing something, some kind of way to get a little money for, so you can buy candy and stuff. But you've been doing that, like I said, probably, when you since 12 or 13. For the first time in your life, you're not going to have an income in the sense that you're used to. So jobs are going away. Nobody's looking to hire somebody 65, 68, 69, 70. And to be honest, 60% of working people don't have retirement money. They're not going to be able to stop working at 65, and some people might not ever be able to stop working. So it's something that's really frightening to think about, but it's very real, and it's something that you have to take seriously, and you have to address this today. It's not something that you can put off, for another 3, 5, 8 years. It's something you really have to start considering and looking at from the perspective that I just gave you, that for the first time in your life, your ability to earn an income is going away. You're going to have to create something for yourself that's going to sustain you or be able to sustain you into your 70s or into your 80s. And that's a very real thing, because if you know, like I know, Social Security, if it's still around in the next 10 years, it just can't take care of you. My mother's on Social Security right now, and I think she might be getting $1,500 a month. There's no way you can live off $1,500 a month, even if you're getting on the high end, maybe $2,000 a month. You can't live off $2,000 a month, and it's only going to get more. It's only going to get more expensive. So you really have to think about what you're going to do to create a source of income for yourself starting today. I had to shift my thinking and think like an entrepreneur and begin to create something for myself, create a business for myself. And it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. You cut through a lot of the noise, but that's the first thing you have to going to be able to accept, is that might be an avenue for you where you become an entrepreneur, and you might create a product, or you might just sell your knowledge and your experience that we talked about earlier, because you have a wealth of that. So those are two things that you can use to create a business for yourself. You can monetize your wisdom and your experience, or you can create a physical product. Everything was designed to be successful. If you look at a seed, everything within that seed is designed for that seed to grow into whatever it was designed to grow into. An apple seed was designed to grow into an apple tree. It has everything in that seed. It has all the knowledge in that little seed. All you have to do is just put it in some good ground, allow the sun to hit it, and allow rain to fall onto it. And it's going to be successful. It's going to grow. If you look at your body, it works the same way. Your heart was designed to pump blood. Your liver and your kidneys was designed to keep your body clean and out of and keep toxins out. Your immune system was designed to fight bacteria and viruses. Everything everything in you was designed so that you could be successful regardless. Now, there are things that we all have health issues, and we even do some things that are harmful to us. We gain weight, we might smoke, we might drink, we might eat processed food. But at the end of the day, even through all of that, our bodies still continue to be successful as much as they can be. And that proves what I'm saying, that everything designed is is to be successful. And I want you to take that fact, that piece of information, and I want you to apply that, knowing that whatever you create is going to be successful, because everything created is designed to be successful. So that's the first reason why everything is going to be successful, because it's inevitable. It has to be. The second reason why whatever you do is going to be successful is because for the first time in your life, you might actually be doing something that you want to do. This isn't a job. This isn't a career that you felt like you were compelled to get into because it paid well. This is something of your own choosing, something of your own decision that you're walking into, that you enjoy. I hope you enjoy doing it. And because you enjoy doing it, you're going to be willing to put all of your focus, all of your time, all of your energy, all of your resources into it, which is another reason why it's almost inevitable or guaranteed that it's going to be successful. And if you're ready to move into the next phase of your life with confidence, with clarity, click on the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.